Okay, let's carry on. So this is Compact First, part 2 of page 73. We've got some problems today, so I might have to do this in 3 different sections. So we saw there that what happens is the verb tenses go back when we report. So she says, I have, or the presenter says, I have a guest whose voice will be familiar. So present simple, when we report it, goes to past simple. Will usually goes to would. In the second one, these questions are making me nervous. So are making, the present continuous, when we report it, goes to the past continuous. Okay. Had happened recently. She said, yes, it's happened recently. So that's the present perfect. We report it in the past perfect. And finally, it has happened recently. Last week, a guest of mine suddenly walked out. Okay, and that's suddenly walked out is a past simple, and we change it when we report it to the past perfect. Okay, so there we have it. Other changes. Think about how we change time expressions and pronouns. Okay. So, for example, the reporter said, or the interviewer said, I have a guest. So, I, in this case, depends on who is talking, went to he. So, be careful that your pronouns change appropriately. She said that sitting there. So, she said, sitting here. So, again, this has this idea of distance. Okay, here, there. Okay, so we often use words like here to there. Similar with now and then. These, she said, sitting here being asked all these questions. Again, these gets changed to those. This to that. Me, again, these pronouns like I, this time an object pronoun. These questions are making me, and again we need to make sure that we have logically changed any pronouns. Last week, time expressions, okay, things like yesterday become the day before or the previous day, or in this case last week, the week before. And of course finally my, similar to I, me and my. She said my guest suddenly walked out. We say her guest because we are reporting what she said. Okay? On page 111 at the back of the book there is a grammar reference. You might want to stop the video and have a quick read through that. Okay? It will help you in the next exercise. Okay. Now, if we look at part 4, there are 6 sentences. Okay? And we need to change them, okay, to report a speech. So we have the real words, I need to change them. So look through them, pause the video, and then we'll quickly check some alternatives. Okay, so what about the first one? Yeah, Jamie said he didn't want to watch that program then. Number 2, Louise told me she was going out when her boyfriend got there. There, remember. Number 3, on Monday, Joey said he had seen the match at his friend's house the night before. Number 4, my sister said, so it could be his sister said, her sister said, or my sister said. My sister said that later that evening she would be talking to her favourite TV star. Number 5, Anna told the presenter that she had been working in entertainment ever since she had left school. Okay. And number 6, Julia said that she had always wanted to be on TV, and the next day she would be. Okay, good. If you have any problems, you can type them and I'll have a quick look. Notice, for example, in number 5, the real words, she had been working. Well, there's no further back in the past perfect. The past perfect is the end. Okay, so when we report the past perfect and the past perfect continuous, we can't change the tense. There's no way we can go further back. We also don't change the tense, or it's optional about changing the tense, if it's something that's still true. For example, I might say, I really don't like football. You might say, he told me he really didn't like football, or you could say, he told me he really doesn't like football. It's something that's still true. Okay? Let's move on to number 5. Okay? There we're reporting statements, negative and affirmative statements. We also need to think about how, when we report a question, the changes we might make. Look at these questions. Change these questions from the recording in the listening into reported speech. A. Did you do that? B. How did they respond? The first one, we've got a yes-no question. There is no question word. Okay? I'm sure this is just a review. So the interviewer asked Julia if, you can use if, or the interviewer asked Julia whether, if or whether, she had done that. We still have to make that tense change, okay? Did you do that is past simple. We have to use if or whether, okay, to sort of link the reporting idea of he asked Julia if, and then we put it in the same order that we would for an affirmative statement, okay? So we don't use the auxiliary verb. We change it back into the past simple in this case. So the interviewer asked Julia if she had done that, okay? We've got a past simple, we're reporting it with a past perfect. The next one, again, it's a past simple question, but this time we have got a question word, how. Okay, so we don't need if or whether. He asked her how. They responded. Okay, same thing. Very important, this is very common for non-English speakers to say things like, he asked her, how did they respond? It feels very natural, okay, and I understand, but grammatically, no. When we report a question, we don't use a question form, we use the affirmative form after the question word or after if. So, he asked her how they responded. Okay? Good. Check all of that on page 111. We're going to take a break. Okay? I'm going to put these two up on the website now. Okay? And then later on I'll put the second part, which is looking at reporting verbs, and I'll give you a homework which will be a typical transformation exercise where they often test you on reported speech and reporting verbs. Okay? So, pause the video there, or stop the video, and I'll see you later, okay, when we shall continue with page 73. Okay, hope you're all well, and, well, take care, as usual. Alright, see you in a bit. Bye-bye.